Hello, friends. Oh my gosh. So nice to film for just a little bit here. I do not know how long my Wi-Fi is going to be on, let alone my power. Although I got batteries from my Twinkle Lights to keep that going, so maybe I'll just record offline on my laptop to download later. I just wanted to say hi to everybody, and oh my gosh, epic snow. I posted as a picture the opening thumb picture, basically what it looks like outside my window. And it is literally a foot and a half of snow on my deck fencing, or what do they call that? Can't think right now, but like basically we can't drive very easily from the house down the hill from our house because it's a rather steep incline for the driveway. My husband was barely able to make it down to go to work and come back. But as I'm not the most skilled driver, I probably won't be doing that myself. He even had to get chains for the wheels. So yeah, it's been a bit of an adventure all weekend since last Friday until very late like early, I guess very early this morning. It was like somewhere around 3 o'clock in the morning or something like that, the power came on. So I don't know how long I'm going to have power here, but I wanted to get in another video because it's been a day or two, over a week since my last one. And I got to say, I personally love snowstorms. Hello, whoever's watching. And even with the power out, for me, it's a nice thing because all the excessive vibrational noise you get from electricity and all the appliances on all the time puts pressure on my head. I have a benign growth between the spheres in my brain that I believe is sensitive to the pressures of vibrations. And so when there's blackouts, brownouts, things having to do with electricity not being on, and then thus a lot of electronics being off, I'm far more comfortable. Okay. So my boys are going through major technology withdrawal. When they detected that the power was on, they were like on their devices right away. I personally had like a weird sleep schedule. So I watched one movie, but then I was like, oh my God, I gotta go to sleep. And then I also have been hanging out with the kitties, and here's one of our lovely kitties. That's literally outside snowing right there. Can you see that? There's a few too many leaves on our little overhang that goes above the tub, but yeah, it is literally snow. And the picture I had that you looked at, let's see if I can get it to see. Yeah, that's a big pile of snow right there. If you can see it right there, that's right off the railing where the steps go down alongside the house. And I have a forest in my backyard. Like the forest is all around my house with a few neighbors nearby. There's people with jennies and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm in what people are jokingly calling, sorry, let me put you down so you guys don't get dizzy, Snowmageddon or Snow Apocalypse or any of those other kind of funny sci-fi titles that we give to those kind of movies. So yeah. So it's been all weekend, and then only part of last night and part of today we've had power, but we've just had power flickering off and on. So I thought, oh my God, if I'm going to do anything at all, I better get back on now. So I noticed a lot of people were really responding to my Doreen Virtue vlog that I did last. And I want to just say that I'm very glad that people have been keeping it fairly respectful and still going ahead and giving their view and insight into the situation in their own area of concern, so to speak. I, in particular, wanted to pull out my Wild Fairies Oracle, Wisdom of the Wild Fairies. I have the first edition with the lovely backs with the fairy star and brown. I've contemplated every now and again possibly getting the updated version. I don't know. I hear that some of the art is beautiful. And I wanted to reiterate to people that I am on Purple Ocean and Purple Garden as Mystic Cat, if you'd like to seek out readings. So I just wanted to put a few things out there because basically I'm just entertaining boys who are tech addicted, who feel like they're being tortured because there's no electricity half the time. Right now, on the upside, they're getting a few days off of their school that they go to. We're still doing some of our at-home work, but the classes and things, they have not had class now today, and we just got emails and notices, calls, oh my god, so many calls, that there will be no classes tomorrow. And I'm thinking with the way things are going, probably not Wednesday either, and that is our school week for going to classes. We do everything else at home or create events with friends, as many homeschoolers do, to learn certain topics. So without further ado, I just want an energy of what's around us right now. I want to wish everybody, if you're into it, a happy Valentine's coming up. And I got a, when I was able to charge my phone, I found out that the postage that we were waiting for, piece of package, was they tried to deliver it, but they couldn't get it down our street because of the snow. It has not been, they don't have people with, plows or whatever moving the snow. So the UPS guy couldn't come and drop off our packages, let alone give us our mail. So we have some D&D stuff that was coming, like a dice rolling tray. We got a D&D map last week, and the other stuff wasn't coming until Tuesday, but now I just got, like I said, a notice that that's late too. So this has been very interesting. We live in the Northwest Washington. It's usually known for a rainy season, not so much snow, and this is unusual weather. Although I've heard that there have been periods where power is out for up to 10 days. But I don't know if it's during snowy weather or just in general because of, wind or storms or what have you. But right now we've got 2 or 3 trees, old trees, knocked down in the neighbor's yard, just not even 60 feet, less than 100 feet away, I would say. And they're like down across. It's phenomenal. I can't really get a good angle from my room to see it. And my husband has said that there is another tree that could possibly land on the side where our garage is and possibly hit one of the rooms. So we're encouraging the boys to be downstairs. They like sleeping near the fire. If the power goes off, they'll be sleeping there anyway, so it shouldn't be an issue. We do have a working fireplace, which I have insisted on a fireplace in both of the last house and this house, because in Utah it snows, but usually power isn't out quite so long, so we didn't really have to use it there. Unfortunately, that house, the fireplace had gas on top floor and wood stove on the bottom, so we could have used one of them but not the other because the gas one gave off too much gas. When we found that out, we basically never used our fireplaces. We always kept the bottom one maintenanced, but here we got one that had already been cleaned, cleared, and checked when we moved in, and we've been using it, and it's been wonderful. We've been able to cook on the top of it. It's kind of like a stove oven shape, but there's no oven. It just the door you open to put the wood in, but it has a flat surface that we've boiled water on for tea and cocoa, and we've cooked meals on it. It's been wonderful. I mean, thank the goddess for a fireplace that functions and has been keeping our house very warm. It's been awesome. But it is so beautiful outside. I go from room to room looking out the different windows. I've been taking pictures every now and again. I've never seen this much snow here, and I've been here only a few years. And yeah, so today is my chance to kind of connect with everybody. I know Kelly in the Truth of Story has been going through a hair transformation, doing a good turn for her sister. I got to participate for a short time in the stream, and I couldn't stay on because basically I had to use my power on my phone sparingly. So I have been like kind of going through my decks, and this is one of my decks, this Wild Wisdom of the Fairy Oracle, that has some really awesome snow cards, and one of them, and I was hoping it was come up, and it came up, and I just shuffled, and I didn't even have to really look for this one. This is on the top card. It's the Gatekeeper, and I love this card because literally this is pretty much what my house looks like right now, aside from the tree aspect. I have lots of trees. My home is not a tree. But it's gorgeous, and this card is the Gatekeeper, and it talks about time shifts and dimensional slips. Now, the one thing I love about a snowstorm, especially if you're snowed in, which basically we are, my husband was able to get out, but I mean, he was sliding down the drive, even with chains on. He had to go extremely slow. And anyways, so we're home. And it's just a wonderland out there. And this card, if not the meaning of the card, but the energy and the depiction is basically what we have going on in our house right now. And I had been trying to think of a good deck to work with during this February, in which like it feels like winter finally hit, because up until like the last few weeks, I hadn't even gotten my boys in their winter coats. And then the last couple weeks, like last week, last week, literally. And then, of course, this weekend, I had been like, okay, where are all your snow stuff? Because it's cold finally. So this is a very beautiful deck if you don't have it. It's a little harder to get this first edition, but it is so gorgeous. Here's the crystal magic. But let me go back to the meaning of the